Mwai Kibaki will be laid to rest tomorrow in Othaya, Nyeri County. And based on what transpired today, I can predict that politics is going to take center stage tomorrow. I'm saying this based on what I observed today. If you followed the event live today, because today's event was actually a state funeral, which was attended by several heads of states. I think there were over 10 heads of states and several other senior government officials from across the world. But politics still took center stage. It began when President Uhuru Kenyatta arrived. You know, as the norm, the deputy president was supposed to receive him, which he did. But again, President Uhuru Kenyatta avoided handshake with his deputy. That can be termed as a small matter, but it's significant because the president went on and shook hands with others. The same thing also happened on Thursday. So it created some tension, and I read politics in it. And when the deputy president was also given the chance to speak, he stated something which is also significant, that Mwai Kibaki is the best president Kenya has ever had or produced. He uttered those words right in front of President Uhuru Kenyatta. The implication of that is that William Ruto was telling Uhuru Kenyatta that Mwai Kibaki was better than him. In the first term of Jubilee government, William Ruto is on record as stating that there is no any other president that had achieved what Uhuru had achieved by that time. So let us wait and see what will happen tomorrow. And again, if you listened to President Uhuru Kenyatta's speech, there were instances he was hitting straight into his deputy. And remember, Mwai Kibaki and the family will be watched closely. I also observed that when Jimmy Kibaki was given the chance to speak, you can disagree with me, but Jimmy Kibaki endorsed William Samoei Arap Ruto. He was like, Ruto used to call the family, and his office also used to call the family just to ask them whether there's a way they could help. And I asked myself, why would a deputy president use his office to call a family whose funeral is being taken over by the same government? And I'm sure the government had created a committee which was in touch or in contact with the Mwai Kibaki's family. So the statement by Jimmy Kibaki, in my view, was also designed to achieve that particular objectives. So tomorrow, the whole country will be trooping to Othaya for the final journey of Mzee Mwai Kibaki. And I want to ask you a simple question. Is Mwai Kibaki the best president Kenya has ever had? Or are we praising Mwai Kibaki because that's the nature of Kenyans when they are praising someone who is dead? I'm just asking. Because if Mwai Kibaki was the best, then why do you think Kenyans overwhelmingly rejected him in 2007? I'm just asking. Or why do you think the no campaigns won while he was supporting yes campaigns? The truth of the matter is that there are people like Nyeri Kihoro who have not forgiven Mwai Kibaki because they felt Mwai Kibaki betrayed them. There are people in these streets who have not forgiven Mwai Kibaki because they believe Mwai Kibaki killed the NAC dream. And there is a documentary which I watched, and Martha Karua and Francis Mudaura were like, they were apologetic for what transpired because Mwai Kibaki was sick for 6 good months and his team misbehaved at that time. But let us not go into all those details. Mwai Kibaki was the best, has been or is the best president in terms of the economy and also in terms of putting structures. But the question is, what are we going to expect tomorrow? In my view, we are going to expect these 4 things. The first thing we are going to expect is that there's going to be tension between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy. Now, that is granted and concluded. Uhuru will be going there. The deputy president will also be going there. Uhuru will be going there as the president of the Republic of Kenya and also as the leader of the Kikuyu nation. Uhuru will be going there to address the Kikuyu nation. William Ruto will also be going there to stamp his authority as the king of the Kikuyu nation. So we are going to have these 2 people attending the same function, but with different objectives. And therefore, we are going to witness serious tension between these 2 guys. The one we saw on Thursday and the one we saw today is nothing. What we are going to see tomorrow will be serious. Because remember, today was a military event. So in military events, there's some kind of organization. And tomorrow will not be like that. So some people will attempt to frustrate the DP. The DP will attempt to react. So we'll be expecting tension. I'm not sure whether for the first time Uhuru will now extend his hand to greet his deputy. But I don't think that's going to happen. The second thing we are going to witness is show of might. William Ruto is going to use the opportunity to prove that he's the king in the larger Mount Kenya. I'm told that at this hour, people are being mobilized. Uhuru Kenyatta is also not sleeping. So the 2 guys will prove to each other through heckling and through shouting matches. So we'll expect either Uhuru to be heckled or jeered and William Ruto to receive wild cheers during this particular event. Because this event is a serious event coming at a time when politics is up there. The third thing we're going to expect is the list of speakers who are going to speak. Is the state going to take over the program, or is the family going to take over the program? You remember what transpired during the former president Daniel Toroitich arap Moi's funeral. Moi was a former president. Before he died, Gideon Moi had serious fallout with Ruto and to some extent the former president, and Ruto could not even see Moi at his home. So when he died, and Ruto being the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, must, according to protocol, must be the one inviting the president. So Ruto will have to speak. But what about locally? There is the governor, I'll be watching very closely. There is the local member of parliament, who is Mashira Mugambi, the Othaya member of parliament. I think he's in Jubilee. I'll be watching his speech, and I'll also be watching the governors who will be given the opportunity to speak in this particular event. Remember, the chair of the Council of Governors is none other than the man with the Embu governor, Martin Wambora. He's already in UDA. His speech at this event, because he might speak, he might be given the chance to speak on behalf of governors or Council of Governors. The senator for Nyeri, I think, is Engineer Ephraim Mahina. What will be his speech? So the list of speakers at this particular event is also going to be critical, considering that Mwai Kibaki has already taken sides whom he is going to support. Number 4, Kibaki family will take a political stand because this is the only opportunity they have. Whether they'll be with Ruto or whether they'll be with President Uhuru Kenyatta. And based on what Jimmy said today, I'll be keenly monitoring to hear what the daughter would be saying. So let us wait until tomorrow, which is just a few hours from now. And we'll compare notes after that. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day.